Yate Osio Halito Istango Bojo from the Indian Nations University. You're watching Haskell News.
Good morning. Welcome to Haskell News. This is your anchorman, Ryan Gibbs. For the first time in Haskell history, a former student has been named president. Here's Lori Hasselman with the story.
Dr. Vanita Chenault, Prairie Band Potawatomi and Kickapoo, was confirmed as the 7th president of Haskell Indian Nations University on September 17th in an inauguration ceremony on campus.
We stand here today celebrating who we are, where we've been, and where we're going as we commemorate 130 years of Indian education and resilience as Indigenous people.
In her inauguration address, Chenault spoke about new initiatives that will help address Haskell's needs in the future. Many dignitaries also took the podium with words of encouragement. Josh Arce, Chenault's son, delivered a moving speech that touched on a more personal level.
I remember a single mother on public assistance, living in assisted housing, and attending Haskell Indian Junior College. She was able to make ends meet. She never missed a holiday. She never missed a birthday. And regardless of how modest the event was, she always ensured Santa had arrived, the Easter Bunny delivered, and somehow that tooth fairy was always able to exchange my teeth for money.
A traditional meal was served at the powwow grounds. President Chenault expanded on some of the things highlighted in her speech.
Well, I think that we all recognize that there's a need, if we're going to expand from where it is that we're at, that we're going to need an investment of resources. And I think that this is an opportunity for tribes and other organizations that are looking for a good place to invest their resources, whether it's dorms. If a tribe wants to adopt a classroom and equip it with the technology that students need today, that would be wonderful. Put a plaque there with that tribe's name. We've implemented higher fees now as well, and for the majority of students it's not an issue, but for some of our students it does become an issue, and I don't want to turn away any student that has the potential, the commitment, and the desire to pursue an education because they don't have money. So we're also looking at scholarshiping students through the revenue that gets generated in this new campaign that's beginning to be prepared for launch.
The celebration was enjoyed by students and dignitaries alike who had positive reactions to what the new president had to say.
Dr. Chenault today delivered a tremendously powerful message regarding the future of Haskell and the current needs and challenges facing the institution and what opportunity that places in trying to address the needs of Indian students across the country. From the standpoint of the White House Initiative, we couldn't be happier with the sense of commitment that Dr. Chenault conveyed, and we look forward to working with her to help come up with innovative solutions to address those needs.
I thought it was very inspirational, and being able to hear and see all the different types of tribal leaders that were speaking today and how they made all these great points about how to improve Haskell, what they want to do for Haskell, for the future of Haskell, and I thought it was really great.
I think it was a monumentous occasion. 130th year anniversary at Haskell. I think it's a new day. I think things are really going to change around here from top to bottom.
Students are eager for what the future holds for Haskell, and our new president is excited to get started.
We are raising the bar of expectation for each of our students and each of our employees on this campus. We can do better, and we will do better.
This is Lori Hasselman reporting for Haskell News.
Here I am with important information about a contagious virus called EVD68 and tips on how to prevent it. Haskell students beware, there's a new enterovirus spreading across the Midwest. The name of the virus is EVD68. EVD68 is a virus which affects the gastrointestinal tract. It is often spreaded by children getting fecal matter on their hands and touching their mouths. It causes coughing and wheezing according to the Center of Disease and Control and Prevention. EVD68 is most commonly found in school-aged children. The virus, which is relatively rare, is far more serious than most. About 12% of the more than 500 children seen at Children's Mercy Hospital and clinics in Kansas City, Missouri have needed intensive care. There is no vaccine to prevent the virus. However, people can reduce the risks of the virus and other viruses by washing their hands frequently in warm water and soap and wiping surfaces to reduce the risk of spreading the virus. Haskell, this is your reporter Ryan Gibbs. Be safe. Native artists filled the tents at the powwow grounds for the 26th time. Here's Raquel Butler with the story.
For 26 years, Haskell has held an Indian art market where dancers come to dance, artists come to sell, and cooks come to feed.
It's lunchtime here at Fry Bread Alley, where literally thousands of pieces of fry bread will be served to the public today.
You're from the lower Kuskokwim of Alaska.
How long have you been coming to Haskell Art Market?
2 or 3 years, I think.
And I see you've got your fry bread.
Yeah.
What brings you out here today?
I was looking for some jewelry and tacos.
Several people come in search of art and jewelry that they can buy from the artists themselves.
And can you tell us a little bit about your art?
My art primarily revolves around the powwow arena. I'm a dancer myself, and so a lot of my work kind of revolves around a movement or feeling of movement. And all these pieces right here are done in oil paints.
And have you had pretty good luck here this morning? Have you had a lot of visitors? Have you sold any pieces?
Mostly when I take prints and stuff, I do pretty good, but I've got some merchandise here I'm going to be selling. I have my t-shirt company, Wachipi State, www.wachipistate.squarespace.com. We primarily, our target is powwow people to they can kind of rock our clothes, and it has a little bit of my art on it and design and stuff, and we'll be setting up that up here as well, along with the paintings.
All right, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Clog up your arteries. That's very hard. I had to beat down my arteries to get them going again.
So you're a Haskell alumni.
Yes, I went to Haskell in 58 and 59, and I graduated in 59 from high school.
And how long have you been coming to Art Market with your art?
About 5 or 6 years.
And can you tell us a little bit about your art?
Yes, I'm a potter. I learned how to do pottery when I was married into the Santa Clara tribe from New Mexico. And I used to sit on the plaza in Santa Fe for 4 years, and then I started doing Indian Market. I did Indian Market in Santa Fe for 30 years, and I do the Idle Jorg, and then I do this show.
Have you had a lot of visitors to your booth today, or do you feel like it's pretty successful here over the course of the time that you've brought your art here to Haskell?
Yes, I have some work that's in the Nerman Museum. And I've had pretty good luck here. I mean, it's not high sales or anything like that, but a lot of people appreciate the work that I do.
It's another successful year at the 26th Annual Haskell Indian Art Market. This is Lori Hasselman reporting for Haskell News.
October is Domestic Violence Month. Here's Lori Hasselman with the story.
Haskell President Dr. Vanita Chenault made her priorities clear in both her convocation speech and her inauguration address. Sexual assault and domestic violence will not be tolerated here.
For those that opt to engage in violence or abuse against your peers, including date rape, intimate partner violence, domestic violence, sexual harassment, sex discrimination, or any other hate crime, you will be subject to prosecution by local, state, and federal authorities. Haskell will not tolerate or make any excuses for this type of conduct, and you will lose the opportunity to pursue your education here if you choose to engage in these behaviors.
Administration is working together to ensure safety on Haskell campus.
We want to make sure that we're more victim focused. In the past, we only had one group Title IX requires we focus on everyone involved. And so we want to make sure that we have advocates for victims. We're trying to form a threat assessment team to make a determination as to who can be involved in these kinds of things. They're strictly volunteer staff members, but ultimately what we're trying to do is we're trying to be a community to keep Haskell safe. And that's what we're working together to do. I'm really excited about that whole process, because it shows that everyone is involved in making sure that Haskell is a safe place to be.
Most importantly, do students feel safe on campus?
Yeah, I'm also from Lawrence, and I came here a lot growing up, so I mean, part of it might be that I can't imagine coming from somewhere else. Maybe I would have a little more precautions.
I actually do feel really safe on this campus as a member of, as being bisexual native. I feel safe here. I don't feel like I'm being discriminated against for being bisexual or being lesbian or being homosexual. I think it's actually a really safe place here, and it's very open and accepting of all of us here, whatever our orientation is or whatever our person is. So.
Students are also working together to raise awareness. An End the Violence Symposium will be held on campus on October 23rd.
We're bringing in Dr. Chenault, Danelle McKinney, and the Student Senate President to begin introducing students to Title IX, letting them know what is getting put in place and the effects of it. And it's different from the last 2 years because we're making a different approach, and we're trying to use an indigenous perspective on it. So instead of reaching out towards other organizations outside of Haskell, we'll use them and we'll let them know that they're there, but we want to bring in actual stories.
We have students that are coming forward, and they want to be part of this process with Title IX and the process of domestic violence, and it's coming through our campus and our students. The whole steering committee was set up with 9 different students. They happen to be all seniors and 1 sophomore that we had, and they all have a passion for ending the violence here on campus, and so that these students can learn to live without violence and take it home to their homeland.
I'd say Haskell's a safe place, especially when you realize that there's not just you. There's everyone else, and there's other survivors to look forward to.
This is Lori Hasselman reporting for Haskell News.
Thank you for watching. This is Ryan Gills with Haskell News.